actually move on and talk about Liverpool and their next potential manager, Pete. Sounds like there might be an update actually in terms of a contract potentially for a link.
Yeah, obviously Liverpool are sort of making a bit of headway in this search for Jurgen Klopp's replacement. It does seem Ruben Amorim of Sporting Lisbon is the red-hot favourite to replace the German in the dugout at Anfield. Talks are ongoing, I think, between Liverpool and his agent. A deal has been agreed in principle, according to reports between Amorim and Liverpool, that he will make that move to the Premier League in the summer as well. Very highly rated young coach, has done a really good job at Sporting Lisbon, helped end their title drought a couple of seasons ago when he won the Portuguese Liga, and obviously he's got Champions League experience as well. And as I said, he's a young manager who I think will only get better and better. And I think he's got really good experience, even at such a young age as well. Obviously, coming in to Liverpool will be a tough job. They're very big boots to fill, trying to replace Jurgen Klopp as well because of his connection, not just with the fans, but the whole club and the whole city of Liverpool. He just seemed to get it, and it will be a lot of sadness when he does leave at the end of the season as well. But Liverpool are going to have to start from new. Michael Edwards has obviously been brought back by FSG to work in a new all-encompassing role, and Richard Hughes is now in for the summer as the new director of football as well. So Ruben Amorim would be an exciting appointment. He does play a very attractive attacking football as well. So that would, I'm sure, please a lot of Liverpool fans as well. Obviously, Liverpool fans didn't want to see Jurgen Klopp leave as well, but I think somebody like Ruben Amorim could help ease any pain that they have, because I think he's one of the best young up-and-coming coaches in Europe, and to see him in the Premier League would be really interesting, I think, from a neutral point of view, just to see how he gets on and what style he tries to implement in that Liverpool squad as well. So, yeah, it does seem that Liverpool are making progress in this one, and it seems almost inevitable now that he will be the next manager of Liverpool.
Paul, will the players have any knowledge of what's happening behind the scenes? Will they be aware of some of the discussions, or actually will it be under wraps and that they will eventually find out when the new manager is announced?
Everybody thinks that, everybody says, oh, you play in the dressing room, you must know what's going on and tell us what's happening. Players don't have a clue. We used to call it mushroomed. You get mushroomed, kept in the dark and fed manure. And that's it. You don't know. Nobody knows anything. We know as players, quite often you find out as players, when you watch on the TV, you find out on Sky Sports News and everything else. As players are, unless you're an extremely senior player who's been at a club for a very long time and you have a great relationship with the owner or the ownership of the club, or you have a personal relationship with the owners or directors, players are never, ever asked about managers, at a certain level. And at a club like Liverpool, a club like Manchester United, I'd be very, very surprised if decisions like that were discussed with players. Players may be given an opportunity to meet with the owners. The owners may come down to the training ground, the directors or somebody, from the board, come down and sit with the players, have a meeting and say, look, the manager's gone. This is what we're doing. We're planning to do this, this and this. But there's definitely no names get told. Until it's done, signed, players generally find out when everyone else finds out. Or you find out an hour or two before at the training ground, you get to see a manager. But I mean, the media, the social media, the press now, it's leaked. Things are leaked. If a manager gets on a plane, you can track an aeroplane now. If a manager gets on a private plane from somewhere, we get pictures of 24-hour trackers of where the planes are and different things. It's very, very difficult to keep a secret now in football about a manager going to another club. But as players, we generally don't get confirmation until we do as the general public.
I mean, Paul kind of mentioned it in there, Pete, about the fact that if Southgate was to join Manchester United and they were winning lots of games, the fans would be behind him. How do you think Liverpool fans would react to Amorim coming in? And actually, is one of the excitements potentially that they could eye up some sporting stars? Are there any particular names that are on that list that Liverpool could potentially look at signing?
Yeah, I think there would be excitement from Liverpool fans. As I think Liverpool fans, whoever the manager is, they would give him time. They know there will be a period of transition from the Jurgen Klopp era. So I think Amorim, if it is Amorim who does get the job, he will definitely be given time, even if results aren't immediate for the young Portuguese as well. Liverpool fans are well noted for backing their managers and giving them time to do things. And as I said, I think it's going to be a big change at Anfield this year, on and off the pitch as well. So I think whoever does come in will be given the backing of the fans and will be given time to sort of implement their own style and how they want to see the team playing going forward as well. But yeah, as I said, normally when you see new managers go into jobs, they always go back to their old clubs to try and sign players because they know they are players they can trust and they feel they can maybe improve their new team. So yeah, Sporting Lisbon are a good side. There's been talk of Marcus Edwards, the former Spurs kid who was dubbed the new Messi, I think, by Mauricio Pochettino all those years ago as well. He had to go to Portugal to get his career going, but he's done really well. He might be somebody that might be on Liverpool's radar. Also, they've got Ignacio at the back, a left-sided centre-back, and we know that Liverpool are in the market for a new central defender in this summer transfer window as they look to bolster in that area. So that's another player I'm sure that Liverpool will be looking at as well. So yeah, I think there are two names that potentially, if Amorim was to take over Anfield, there may be two players that he might look to bring with him as well. But I'm sure a lot of that decision making will come down to now Richard Hughes, who's taken over as director of football on the recruitment team at Anfield. I'm sure they have got targets in place right now, no matter who the manager is, and the new manager will have to work with who that recruitment team feel is the best fit for the club going forward.
And what sort of valuation would those two that you mentioned, Pete? What would they be worth in today's market potentially?
Obviously, I think a lot of Portuguese clubs do have buyout clauses in the players' contracts as well, but if they are normally very high, Marcus Edwards was linked with a potential move back to England in the January window. I'd say probably around £30 million mark for him, and then Ignacio probably higher. He's a Portuguese international, left-sided centre half, and there's not too many good ones around of that ilk. So I think he's probably around the £40 million mark as well. So again, young players with huge potential who could only improve as well, I think, if they were to move to the Premier League or to move to a bigger club as well.
You've just watched a segment from Football Insider's brand new podcast, The Inside Track, with me, Lewis Pearce, alongside the guests on the show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Please do give the video a like, comment your thoughts on the topic, and feel free to share on your social media pages. If you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click the link in the description below. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty more content and exclusives here on The Inside Track.